twice. Thank you for my brother. Thank you for everything.
Grace was 3.5, and she started to get some swelling around her eyes, and we noticed a little bit in her hands and her legs.
The first time they gave her steroids, she did fine. She went into remission, and probably 3-4 months after that, she relapsed. And
she was a very sick little girl, very sick. She had had like maybe 4 or 5 kilos of fluid on her body from her kidneys not working.
Grace Bokhurst of Maple Ridge had been a healthy 3-year-old until she was diagnosed with a rare kidney disorder called nephrotic syndrome. Grace spent many days at BC Children's Hospital trying to control the excess fluid leaking from her kidneys. Then a chest infection made Grace so sick that her vital organs began to fail. She was put on a heart-lung support machine to keep her alive.
It was so breathtaking to see her hooked up to so many machines. It was unimaginable.
yeah, it was like her worst nightmare. You can multiply that by about 100 times to see your little girl lying there.
Probably less than 10%.
Less than 10% of chance
of surviving.
Yeah. That was probably one of the only times I can remember in my life I was actually scared.
After 3 weeks on life support, Grace recovered, but her kidneys were damaged to the point that she needed regular dialysis, and there was only one way to improve her health.
I was talking to one of the nephrologists, and he says, you do realize what that means with her being on dialysis, that she will need a transplant. And then it hit me, I was like, yeah, you're right. And I remember saying to him, I said, okay, when do I start the workup for live donor?
In August of 2010, Grace was at Children's Hospital, ready to receive the ultimate gift from her father. At the same time, Dennis was at Vancouver General Hospital for his kidney removal.
Do you want mommy to hold that?
I couldn't actually be there to give her a kiss and tell her that Daddy loves her and good luck with everything, and that was tough for me.
Yeah, he's probably the greatest dad ever that I know, because I don't know what I would have done without him giving me that kidney.
Both surgeries went well. Then, to make sure that the new kidney would work, Grace had to come to Children's Hospital for another 6 months to have her blood cleaned, a process called plasmapheresis. A few months into it, Grace found out that the plasmapheresis machine was aging and there was no budget to replace it.
I said to my parents, I want to raise this money for this machine. So I started selling cookies, I started selling this, selling that.
On Grace's 7th birthday, she came to Children's Hospital not as a patient, but as a donor. She had raised $87,000 for a new plasmapheresis machine.
And that machine now could save a lot of kids' lives. Yeah.
3 years after her transplant, Grace is thriving. And so is her family, thanks in part to the care they all received from Children's Hospital.
Go fetch!
I think along the lines there could have been several times where our family could have just broken into a million pieces, especially on life support and transplant and all the medical interventions, the stresses, the pressures of that. If we hadn't have received that support at Children's Hospital, our family wouldn't be intact.
Open them up for me.
The multidisciplinary team at Children's Hospital monitors Grace's health closely. Pediatric transplant patients need ongoing, complex care. And so far, the team is pleased with her progress.
It's amazing when I review her chart. I kind of forget how sick she was and how many admissions to hospital she had and how it was affecting everything. She has a very normal life now, and I see her having a full life, and I don't see any limitations with transplant.
Good. Perfect.
You can put it on? All right.
Grace really feels like she is a champion. She feels like she has been through so much, and she's experiencing this period of wellness, and we're grateful for every second of it.
Walk on.
Walk on. And we feel like we're just extra lucky because we got to keep her in our lives.
Not a girl.